Hi guys. Um, Today this is not one of those random videos that I just come around and speak about random things that truly happen. But today I'm just going to talk about me being myself, not as just any random topic, but as the reality of a life I've had to live. And trust me, before I even press this record button, I've just been sitting here staring and wondering if I even have the courage to do this, if I can manage to get through this video without tearing up. Because trust me, there is nothing as hard as pretending, there is nothing as hard as acting up, wearing a costume all day long for years, performing acts or things where you just have not to be yourself, where you have to wear fear around yourself like a cloud, like a halo around your head. Acting in situations that you felt like if you acted, it would feel much safer, more acceptable, more useless, more useful, I mean, less complicated. And that if you did not act, you would not be visible. And it is hard. It is hard. Actually, it's hard. And sometimes you act so much that it starts to feel natural. Acting starts to feel natural. Pretending starts to feel natural. But it just comes out of you. It's like you've been assimilated. Like the experiment worked on you. That every time you hear a bell ring, you have to run. It's the same with pretending. So that when you find yourself in situations that if you truly want to be yourself, the outcome will not be the same as if you acted. But then you find yourself going for the lighter, the former. And the strange part of all this is that even in pretense, you feel real genuine pain. Even in pretense, you feel love, genuine love. You give genuine love, even for your dreams. You'll have two versions of your dreams. You'll have a dream that you have for yourself, and you have a dream that other people have for you. And you'll find yourself genuinely bursting, trying to work them both out. Your version of your dream and their version of their dream, and you want to deliver results, and sometimes it is burdensome and so heavy. But what choice do you have? What choice do you have? You cannot be yourself because everyone else says you cannot be yourself. Because everyone else gives you permission to be everything else but not yourself. And as obedient as you are, you choose to obey them and you don't obey yourself. In not being yourself, there is nothing as obedience to yourself. There is no loyalty you have towards yourself because you cannot be loyal to true masters. You can't serve true masters at a go. And one thing about me is that I would rather give a part of me away. I'd rather suffer the loss on my end. I'd rather have the pain, even if it means sacrificing myself, than impose that on other people, make themselves feel hurt, disrespected, or embarrassed by me. Because you put everyone else above you, and you're left with only one hollow shell, and that's pretense that you wear around, carrying yourself, smiling every day, but deep down you know it's not genuine at all. And one thing about being yourself is not about honesty. It's not how true to yourself you are, but it's about permission. It's about permission. And if you allow everyone else to give you permission to be everything else, but not yourself, where is loyalty there to yourself? There isn't. But sometimes you don't just choose not to be yourself because the circumstances around or surrounding you are too dire that you sometimes opt for the other option of you not being yourself. Not being myself for years has really cost me a lot. It makes me go in circles. I don't make a step. Every time you make a step, you fall back to the way you started. To the very first rank that you step while you're going up the ladder, and then you fall back down. Because how do you even manage to sustain growth in your life if there is nothing genuine about you? How do you manage to grow? How do you manage to progress when you're not being yourself? How? Sometimes I say maybe it's worth it that I didn't make that growth. Maybe it's worth it that I didn't prosper that much. Because I wouldn't want to prosper in areas that I'm not even true to myself. That would be a lifetime endurement of pain, of suffering. Now I'm taking this step, trying to be true to myself, and it's scary, terrifying, horrifying, and it makes insomnia part of me. How do I even manage to close my eyes when every single time you close it, your life flashes through your eyes? How you feel alone. In choosing to be yourself, you're choosing to be alone, and it is such a big world to be alone. It's truly a big world to be alone. And it's crazy how my body is determined to really just, even if it takes that for me to be alone, even if life throws that I have to be alone as long as I'm myself, it's okay. It's alright, really. It's hard, yes, but at least I'm making a step and trying to do justice for myself. I'm trying to tell myself I'm sorry for every single time I let you down. I'm sorry for the cowardice that I carried around in not being myself. There hasn't been any true genuine version of myself that I've ever carried around and just felt proud. And every time I tried, I just felt convicted. But perhaps it's time for what is worth. There is nothing as hard as pretense.